Hello everyone and welcome to Learn Graphic Design with Photoshop 2020. In this video we're going to go over the course overview and what we're going to be learning throughout the course. So in section 2 we're going to talk about Creative Cloud. I'll show you to set up an account, download and install the Creative Cloud app, and we'll download Photoshop 2020. In section 3 we're going to talk about graphic design. What is graphic design? What is print media? And what is digital media? In section 4 we're going to do 2 digital projects. We'll go over the project overview, set up project files, we'll design a Twitter header, a YouTube thumbnail, and in section 5 we're going to do 2 print projects. We'll go over the overview, set up the project files, design a business card, and design a gift certificate. In section 6 we'll conclude the course with a summary. So with that in mind, thanks for watching. I'll see you inside the course. All right, welcome back to section 2. Creative Cloud, and in this video we're going to set up an account and download the Creative Cloud desktop application. So head over to your favorite web browser, and for this example I'm going to use Firefox Web Developer Edition. You can use whatever browser you want. Type in adobe.com, click on Creativity and Design, and click on What is Creative Cloud. Click on Start Your Free Trial, and select Individual if you're an individual. If you're a business, select business. If you're a student or a teacher, select that option. I'm going to do individual. And we're going to click on Start Free Trial and click on the monthly plan. And then we're going to do, I'm going to do my email, learntechplus1@gmail.com. I'm going to hit continue. It's going to ask you to create a password. So I'm going to type one in here. Make sure you write that down. And then it's going to ask you for a payment method. So what it's going to do is after 7 days, they're going to bill you for whatever plan you select. So if you select the annual plan, prepaid for $599.88, that's what you'll get billed in 7 days. So January 29th. If you do the annual plan paid monthly, $52.99 a month after the trial ends, that's what will automatically be billed. If you do the monthly plan of $79.49, after the trial ends, then that's what you'll be billed. That's what I'm going to select. I already have my credit card information in here. I'm going to click on Start Free Trial, and that should give me access, and we should be ready to roll. Yep. Okay. So now I'm going to click on Get Started. And what that should do is give me a couple options here. So we're going to go to, I'm going to type in adobe.com to take us to a different menu here. And what I want to do is I want to download Creative Cloud. So what we're going to do is let's go here and click on Open. Okay, and then we're going to install Creative Cloud. Now you should get a prompt right here for the Creative Cloud setup executable. I'm going to grab that file, double click on it. You're going to get a pop-up window asking you if you want to accept. Just click yes. We're all set. And now it's going to install on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video. And once this is complete, then I will come back and we'll continue on with this. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to install Photoshop. So let's go over to the Creative Cloud desktop app if you haven't already opened it, and go right to where it says Photoshop here, and we're going to click on Install. Okay, so we're going to let that install. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the video, and once it's done downloading, then I'll come back and we'll continue on. Okay? All right, welcome back. So, Photoshop is officially downloaded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to briefly open up the software, just so you can get an idea of what you're working with here. There you go. And what I want you to do is right click on the icon in the taskbar and pin it to the taskbar. All right. And in the next video, we're going to talk about graphic design. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about what is graphic design. So I looked it up on Wikipedia to give you the official definition. According to Wikipedia, graphic design is the process of visual communication and problem solving through the use of typography, photography, and illustration. The field is considered a subset of visual communication and communication design, but sometimes the term graphic design is used simultaneously. Graphic designers create and combine symbols, images, and text to form visual representations of ideas and messages. They use typography, visual arts, and page layout techniques to create visual compositions. Common uses of graphic design include corporate design, logos and branding, editorial design, magazines, newspapers and books, wayfinding or environmental design, advertising, web design, communication design, product packaging, and signage. So that is the definition of graphic design. Now, in the next video, we're going to talk about what is print design. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about print media. Now, I realize that the title on the page here says print design, but it relates to print media. So print design is a subset of graphic design. It's a form of visual communication used to convey information to an audience through intentional design printed on tangible surface, designed to be printed on paper as opposed to presented on a digital platform. So print media or print design, really the same thing, are used, for example, on a billboard or when you go to the movie theater and there's a poster. That's print media, okay? So there are several methods used to create print design artworks spanning more than 500 years. Printing technologies available throughout history heavily influenced the style of designs created by graphic designers at the time of production, as different methods of creating print designs offer varying features. Before the emergence of design and printing technologies of the 20th and 21st century, such as inkjet printer, Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, and InDesign, print design relied on mechanical technologies such as letterpress and lithography. Okay, so this is what they were using before. Now, letterpress and lithography, if I'm butchering that name, I apologize. But that's basically what they used before they had printers. They would press stuff and then it would show up that way. So that is print design, print media, all in one fell swoop. So thank you so much for watching. And in the next video, we're going to learn about digital media. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you there. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about what is digital media. Okay, so digital media, according to Wikipedia, are any media that are encoded in machine-readable formats. Digital media can be created, viewed, distributed, modified, and preserved on digital electronic devices. So, examples of digital media include software, digital images, digital video, video games, web pages, websites, social media, digital data, databases, digital audio such as MP3, and electronic books or ebooks. Digital media often contrasts with print media such as printed books, newspapers, and magazines, and other traditional or analog media such as photographic film, audio tapes, or videotapes. Digital media has had significantly broad and complex impact on society and culture. Combined with the internet and personal computing, digital media has caused disruptive innovation in publishing, journalism, public relations, entertainment, education, commerce, and politics. Digital media has also posed new challenges to copyright and intellectual property laws, fostering an open content movement in which content creators voluntarily give up some or all of their legal rights to their work. Digital media and its effects on social society suggests that we are at the start of a new era in industrial history called the Information Age, perhaps leading to a paperless society in which all media are produced and consumed on computers. However, challenges to a digital transition remain, including outdated copyright laws, censorship, the digital divide, and the spectra of digital dark age in which older media becomes inaccessible to a newer, upgraded information systems. Digital media has significant, wide-ranging, and complex impact on society and culture. Okay, so that's according to Wikipedia. Now, digital media really started in the late 90s is when this really was getting pushed to the forefront. 10 years after that, when Steve Jobs and Apple came out with the iPod and then the iPhone, is really when the information age, quote unquote, started. Because before that, you really didn't have anywhere to put anything. And the speeds were not to where they needed to be. But the reason why we're learning about digital media is in this course, we're going to do 2 digital media projects, and then we're also going to do 2 print media projects. So I want you to understand the background of the 2 different media types and why they're important and why they're still being used to this day. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back to section 4, where we're going to talk about the 2 digital projects that we're going to be doing. So in this video, we're going to talk about the overview of those projects. So the first project that we're going to do is a Twitter header. So we're going to create the header for my LearnTech Plus Twitter account. And then we're also going to create a YouTube thumbnail for one of my videos that I did for LearnTech Now. All right. So I'm going to show you how I created those. And the first thing I'm going to show you is up here in the upper left-hand corner, I created a file, and this is the resolution for a YouTube thumbnail. So it's 1280 pixels is the width, and then 720 pixels is the height for the YouTube thumbnail. Now, if we go to our favorite web browser and we go to twitter.com and we do LearnTech Plus, okay, and I click on the header itself, and I right-click and save this image as, and this is the image we're going to build. I'm going to save it to the desktop. You can see it's 1,500 pixels wide and 500 pixels in height, okay? So let me close that out. I'm going to double-click on that. And now you can see right here that we have everything that we need to work on this project, okay? So that's project number 1. The second project we're going to do, I'm actually going to open this up in private window. For my example, you can use a regular window, but for mine, I'm still working on my website, so it's going to show up, you know, the WordPress stuff. I don't want to show that. I just want you to see what we're trying to find. So what we're going to do, okay, next up, what we're going to do is we're going to go to my website, learntechplus.com, and I'm going to open up, let's see, let's do Firefox. I'll type in learntechplus.com. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to my, if it loads, we're going to go to the blog section of my site. Okay, and once it loads, then we're going to right-click on the thumbnail. And this is the thumbnail that we're going to be designing for the second digital project. Okay, and okay, there we go. So let's right-click on that and save the image as. I'm going to save it to the desktop. Okay, I'm going to close the web browser here. All of them. Okay, so now we have our thumbnail and our Twitter header. So we have the source images of what we're going to actually build. this is what it will look like when we're done. In the next video, I'm going to get you set up with the project files so we can actually build out this project. Okay, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to set up the project files. So the first thing I want you to do is, you're already in the course. So inside of the course, there's in section 4 under the 2 digital projects section, go to video number 9 here, and there's a resources folder that you'll see, and there's 2 zip files here that I want you to download. So click on the Twitter header project number 1.zip, okay, and we're going to save that file. I'm going to hit OK, and then I'm going to do the same with the YouTube thumbnail project number 2. Okay. Now what I want you to do is I'm going to go to show all downloads, and I'm going to grab both. So hold shift and click on 1 and 2, and then hit Control C. Close out that window. I'm going to close out this window. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm going to Control V to paste it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on this, and I'm going to extract it here. Okay. And then I'm going to extract the YouTube project as well. Okay. So now we have the YouTube thumbnail project number 2, and we have the Twitter header project number 1. Okay. Now, before we go on to the next video, what I want to do is open up Photoshop, and we're going to right click on just minimize that for a second. I'm going to right click on the source that we have over here on the left and open with Photoshop. Okay, so I'm going to do more apps, and I'm going to open this up. Okay, and then I'm going to save this. And I'm going to call this Twitter header project number 1. And don't save it as a JPEG, save it as a PSD. And there you go. And then we're going to go to Window and click on Layers. And what I want you to do is call this Source. So double click on it, and then we're going to call this Source File. Okay. Okay, so we have the Twitter header project number 1 saved. Now what I want to do is minimize Photoshop, and then I'm going to go to the thumbnail. I'm going to right click on it, and we're going to go to Open with Adobe Photoshop 2020. Okay, now let's click File, Save As, and we're going to save it on our computer, and we're going to save it as a PSD, and I want to call this YouTube thumbnail project number 1. Okay, so I'm going to save that. I'm going to hit OK. And in the next video, before we go to the next video, go to this layer here, and we're going to call this source. Okay, and then I want to click on the lock so that we can't edit this layer. I'm going to hit Control S to save, and I want you to leave both of these files open. And in the next video, we're going to build out this thumbnail. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to build out the Twitter header first. So let's go to the Twitter header project number 1. And so you can see here we have the source file, and I'm going to save that with the lock. I'm going to lock that layer so that you cannot move it, okay? Now, one thing I want you to do before we get started on this is we're going to click on this little button here, and we're going to close the tab group, and then I'm going to do it again here, and I want to open that up and close these as well so that we have more real estate to work with, okay? So, the first thing that we need to do with this is we need to bring in the image, which we have in our zip file. So if I go over here and I right click on that and I open with Adobe Photoshop and I hit Control A, Control C, and then I go to the Twitter header project number 1 and I paste that in, we have our background, okay? And I'm going to bring that down a little bit. So if I hit Control T, then you can see exactly where the edge of the image is, okay? Now the other thing we can do is if we hit Control R and we hide this layer, I can bring the ruler in and we can snap it to the grid to see where the top of the image is. Okay, so there we go. All right, so I'm going to turn this back on, turn that layer back on, and then we'll snap it right there. Okay, so now we have the background image. So I'm going to call this background image. Okay. All right, so for right now, I'm going to turn that layer off so that we can see this again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to alter what we did a little bit. This image right here, I actually don't have a physical file of this file here. So we're going to do a little Photoshopping. So what I want you to do is unlock this layer right here. We're going to hit Control A, Control C, and then Control N. And we're going to click on Clipboard and Create. We're going to paste it in there, and then we're going to hit E. And we're going to go to the Magic Eraser tool. And we're going to click that. And let's see if I can do that. Nope. Okay. We're not going to do that. That isn't too bad, actually. And then what I want to do is use the marquee tool. So hit the letter M, and we're going to drag over the logo here. I'm going to hit Control C, and then we're going to bring it back in with Control V. And there you go. So we have a rough Photoshopping of the logo. And the reason why I wanted to do that is to show you how to use the magic wand. Sorry, not magic wand, magic eraser tool. Okay. So if I turn off the source file and I bring this back on and I bring the logo up above, you can see that it's really close to what we had here. So hit Control S to save for me. And then let's go back here. And what we're going to do is we're going to clean up this part here so we can bring this over as well. Okay. So I'm going to do that right there. And then let's click here, here, and there. And then just zoom in for me a little bit, and we're going to erase that as well. Now I see a little dark, I see a little black right here. Okay, so I'm going to do that right there. That'll clean it up nicely. And then what we're going to do is we're going to erase this right there. Beautiful. Okay. Now what I want you to do is hit M with the marquee tool again. We're going to highlight online learning. I'm going to hit Control C. We're going to go to Twitter header, Control V, and then bring that over. Whoops. I think it's layer 2. Yep, it's layer 2. Okay. So hit Control T and then bring it over there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hold Shift and click on layer 1 and 2 and then right click and convert this. Actually, we're going to merge the layers. Okay, and then we're going to call this logo. Okay. And then let's turn on the original source. Okay. And let's lock that layer so it doesn't move. And then the logo, I'm going to hit Control T to see where we're at, and it looks pretty darn close. So we'll go with that. Now what we need to do is hit Control S to save. Now we're going to get this right here. So what we're going to do is I want to grab this right here, and this is something we can actually do without copying and pasting. We can actually just create the text. It may be a little bit different, the font, but that's okay, because the idea is we're just practicing and learning graphic design. So let's type out tech Okay, and then we're going to give this a bold. Okay, and then what I want you to do is hit the letter I. Okay, this is the eyedropper tool. And then what we're going to do is we're going to highlight the text, then do it. There we go. All right, I was like, where's my... So we'll go right over here and then change the color to blue. And then if I hit Control T, then we'll be able to see the text. And then if you hold Shift, that will skew it. If you don't hold Shift, then it will automatically adjust the aspect ratio to what we need. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this out like this. And let's do it like, let me see here. Let's shrink this down just a little bit. Okay, right there. That's fine. And what I'm going to do is we're going to put it down here. Just about right there. Hit Enter for me. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to copy this. So hold Alt and then drag it over. And then I'm going to hit the letter T on my keyboard. And I'm going to go over here and click on this little arrow button here. And that'll switch it to white. And then what we're going to do is we're going to type out tutorials. So TUTORIALS. And then we'll shrink this down. So we're going to go to size 72 because that should take us pretty close to where we want to be. And then hit Control T so that way we have it selected, and then we can bring it over and we'll make it a little bit bigger right there. Okay. I'm going to hit Enter. I'm going to turn off the original source, and there you go. So it looks a little bit different than what we have in the source, but in fact, let's turn these off just so you can see. If we were to grab the ruler and then map it out that way, this is where the word tech is, right? And let me see here. Okay, that's weird. And then I'm going to bring this over here and then over there. Okay, right there. And then tutorials starts right here. Okay, and then it goes down to here. So again, it's not going to be exactly the same because of the font, but that's all right. As long as we're close and we're learning, that's all that matters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it to right there, and let me see one thing here. So tech is going to go right here, and then tutorials will line up there. So what I'll do is I'll do tutorials first, and I'll bring it over. Okay, so if we hit Control T to make sure we have it selected, then we can bring it over to line it up as best we can, and then I'll bring it up to here. Very nice. And then I'll turn on tech. Okay, and then let's hit Control. Actually, we can just do View and click on Rulers, and then View, and then Grid. And actually, it's not grid, it's guides. There we go. So we'll hide that. And so now, if we hit Control S and save, we have our Twitter header. And it looks very nice and very close to the actual header that I use on my Twitter today. So I hope you found this project informative and helpful in learning about digital graphic design. In the next video, we're going to learn how to design a thumbnail for YouTube. All right, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to go over the YouTube thumbnail project and then actually do the project. So we're going to design this thumbnail, and let's do it right now. So the first thing I want to do is I want to click on File, Open, And we're going to go to the YouTube thumbnail project number 2. We're going to click on this, and it's going to pop open the background image that we use for this thumbnail. So I'm going to hit Control A, Control C, and then also Control W, and then Control V to paste that in. And what we're going to do is we're going to call this background image. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is disable this layer for a second, and we're going to build out this right here, the transparent background. So let's call this transparent background. And what I want to do is hit the letter M for the marquee tool, and then we're going to drag this out and match it closely up, and then just click right here so we can get to the default colors, black and white, and then we're going to hit G, which will take you to the gradient tool, and we're going to click on that and grab the paint bucket, and I'm going to click right here and I'll fill it up, hit Control D, and then Control T so that we can bring this down. Click here to not maintain the aspect ratio, so you have more flexibility as to what you can do with the rectangle that we created here. And what I want to do is I want to line this up on the edges. Okay, and I'm going to hit Enter. And now what we're going to do is we're going to mess with the opacity. So what I want to do is go to about 50% and see how that looks. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off for a second. Let's turn off the source, turn on the background image, and then turn on the transparent background. And I would say that's pretty darn close, okay? Pretty close to what was there. When they're not on top of each other, it looks really good. So I'd say that's very good, and that's a good starting point. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the blue squares. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one blue square. So let's use the eyedropper, hit the letter I, and then the marquee tool, and we're going to draw out this square, or this rectangle I should say, and then hit the letter G for the paint bucket. And now we're going to hold Alt, and we're going to drag this around the images and then resize them to what they're actually sized so that we can build out this thumbnail. And let's see, so I'm going to go with that. Go with this one right here, and then this one over here. Okay, and then we'll grab this one right here, and I'll shrink that down a little bit. And that's another reason why you want to turn the aspect ratio off, because what it will do is it will automatically adjust the aspect ratio for you, which is good in some cases, but for this project, we don't want the aspect ratio messing with our project or the content that we're creating. So put that right there. And all you're going to do is you're going to hold Alt to drag these over, and then this one right here. Okay. Now, here's the secret. So I'm going to hold Shift, and I'm going to click. Before I hold Shift, I'm going to click on the blue squares, copy 10, and I'm going to hold Shift and click on blue squares, right click, and we're going to merge the layers together. Okay, now when I turn this off, we're back to what we could see before. All right. So now all we need to do is type in learn. And so what I'll do is I'll hit the letter X, which will switch this from the foreground to the background color. Okay, so if you hit the letter X, this is a keyboard shortcut, it'll switch between the background and the foreground. So the foreground is here and the background is here. So we want white to be the foreground. Okay, so that's the foreground right there. So I'm going to hit the letter T, and we're going to type in all caps, learn. Okay, I'll hit enter, and then we'll drag this down. And what I want to do is I want to shrink this down to the as close to size as we can to what the actual thumbnail is. Okay, it's not going to be exactly the same because of the font. So as long as it's somewhat close, that's fine. And then we'll drag this down and we're going to go for 72 for Photoshop. And then I'll do 2020 below. And I'm going to tab that in a few times. Okay, and then let's make this 100 and see if that does the trick. Okay, so now I'm going to bring this up, and that's pretty close. Let's do 125 and see if that does it. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to say that that's pretty darn close. So I'm going to turn the source off and turn on all the other layers that we have. I'll hit T and then space this in. Okay. And then what I want to do is I want to bring this over so that it's inside of this transparent background with the opacity at 50%. Now what we're going to do is we're going to merge this together. Okay. So I'm going to select on the background image, hold Shift and click on Photoshop 2020, right click on it, and we're going to merge if it lets me. But before we do that, I want to duplicate these layers. Okay. I'm going to hit OK. And we'll call this thumbnail. So what I did is I clicked on the folder and then I'm going to call this thumbnail. Okay. And then I'm going to turn this off. And now we're going to merge this. So merge layers. Okay. Turn that off. Turn this one on, and then we can edit here, right? So we'll call this thumbnail layers. So what I recommend doing when you're using Photoshop is always have layers. If you want to merge, just make another, duplicate the layers first and put it in a folder like this or a group. They call it a group now. It's always been called a group. Make a group with the layers inside of it and then turn off the layer and then keep the flattened image there and then save that as the JPEG. All right, let's hit Control S to save. And there you go. So that's how you create a YouTube thumbnail. Now, there wasn't a lot of design theory in this project. It was more of, this is what we're building, this is what I want you to do. But in the next section, when we get into the print media, we're actually going to talk more about graphic design theory and why you want to design something a certain way. So if you feel like you missed out on this one, that's fine. I'll see you in the next video where we'll go over the print projects. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you there. All right. Welcome back to section 5, where we're going to talk about the 2 print media projects. So this is just a course. This is just an overview of the projects that we're going to be doing in this section. So we're going to build and design a business card with the print media, and then also a gift card or gift certificate. We're going to design both of those in the next couple videos. So in the next video, we're going to get the project file set up similar to what we did with the Twitter header and the YouTube thumbnail, so that we can start designing a business card and a gift certificate. So with that in mind, I'll see you in the next video where we'll get started on setting up the project files. See you there. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to go over how to set up the project files for the 2 print projects that we're going to do. So the first thing I want you to do is go in and make sure you're in section 4 where it says 2 digital projects. There are resources on video 9 where it says set up project files. And so I want you to click there. And that's not the right one. My apologies. Go to section 5. Click on 13 where it says set up project files. Okay, and just click on that, and then you're going to see business card project 1. Okay, I'm going to save that one, and then business or gift card project number 2. Okay, then I'm going to go here and I'm going to click on the folder, and I'm going to grab gift card project 2 and business card project 1. I'm going to hit Control C, Control Window key D to minimize everything, and then I'm going to Control V to paste it on the desktop. I'm going to right click and extract that file, and I'm going to extract the gift card too. So I'm going to show you what we're going to build first for the gift card, or sorry, for the business card. So we're going to do kind of a Learn Tech plus business card just with the logo and then like an icon up here and then text there. And then we're going to do a gift card. We're going to change the verbiage from this, but this is the template that we're going to be working off of. So it's something similar to this, but it'll be like a course giveaway, and then put a code here, and that would be a gift card that you would make for print. Okay? So with that in mind, I'll see you in the next video where we're going to design the business card. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to design the business card. So let's go to the 01 business card project number 1. Let's right click on this blank background, and we're going to open with Photoshop 2020. Now what I'm going to do is File, Save As, and we're going to save this as a PSD on the desktop. So we're going to call it business card. Just call it business card. Project number 1, and change it from PNG to PSD. I'm going to save that, hit OK. I'm going to minimize this for a second. I'm going to right click on this second image here and open that in Photoshop. And then we're going to kind of shrink down the tools here so we can see them all. So just click on this little arrow here to do that. Then what I want to do is I want to go to the eraser tool. We're going to grab the magic eraser tool, and we're going to click right here and right there, there. As I delete the wrong thing. Hold on a second, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so we can get rid of that right there. Okay. Now, the reason why I did that is I want to do a couple things. I want to adjust the color of this. So we're going to grab the paint bucket and we're going to paint this white. Okay, then I'm going to grab the marquee tool with the letter M and highlight this. I'm going to Control C to copy and then Control V to paste it into my business card here. And what I want to do is get rid of this top part here. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to leave that right there. Control S to save that. And what I want you to do is we're going to grab this text right here, Control C, and then Control V. Okay, I'm going to drag this down. Okay, and I'm going to hit Control T to shrink that down a little bit. And I'm going to line this up with the text so it makes sense. And we'll do it like right there. And I'm going to adjust it a little bit so that it's level with the text. And it's just a different design than what I have, you know, currently, but you get the idea. So there you go. That's the front part of the business card, which is what this was all about, was just to show you how to lay out a couple things for this project. All right. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to build out the gift card design. So I'm going to open up the gift card project number 2, and we're going to right click on gift card, the blank background, and we're going to hit File, Save As. Save this as a PSD on your computer on the desktop. And we're going to call this gift card project number 2. Okay. Then what I want to do is minimize Photoshop for a second. Right click on the content filled gift card, and we're going to open that up. I want to hit Control A, Control C, and then we're going to paste it on top of our existing content. Then I want to lock this layer, and what we're going to do is we're going to grab the text tool, and instead of CBD oil, we're going to do course, all caps, course, and then return giveaway. Okay, just like that. And then let's write a message, join, let's do all lowercase with a capital J. Join our giveaway with the next code. Okay, I'm going to save that and drag it over. We'll shrink it down a little bit. 72. It'll definitely fit then. Let's hide the main layer here. There you go. Course giveaway. All right, so let's bring this back for a second. What I'm going to do is we're going to grab the line tool. I'm going to hold Shift and bring that over, and let's adjust the stroke. So we'll give it kind of this light blue color. Let's give it white. Why not? So we'll give it a white color, and then we're going to adjust the stroke. Okay. And then let's make it a little bit thicker so we can see it. And there you go. So now we have course giveaway. And I'm going to adjust this just a little bit. Okay, there you go. Course giveaway. Join our giveaway with the next code. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to kind of copy this shape. So we're going to grab the rounded rectangle tool. And we're going to bring that over. And if you hold Shift, actually don't hold Shift, just let go. There you go. And that works perfectly. And then hit X for me to switch the colors. And then hit the I for the eyedropper. And then the V key, and then hold Alt and drag down the text for me. And then we're going to Control A to select it all. And then we're going to change the colors. I'm going to close that out. Okay, we're going to hide that for a second. And the only one I want to show is this one right here. Okay, and I'm going to bring that right here. And let's hit enter. And I'm going to do code. Free 2020. Okay. And I'm going to drop the size down to 60. Okay. And then let's line it up with the text right there. I'll bump it up just a hair right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn all these layers back on, okay? And turn off the source. And there you go. Course giveaway. Join our giveaway with the next code. And I'm going to hit Control S to save that. And now you have a gift card. So this is something you could print off and hand to people. And you can also post it on social media or post it anywhere really. So there you go. That's how you create a gift card. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Congratulations on finishing Learn Graphic Design with Photoshop 2020. I hope you found the projects informative and helpful in learning how to lay out graphics and design for both print media and digital media. So whether you'd be designing something for a print shop or for a social media shop, you have the basics down now to know how to use it with Photoshop 2020. So thank you again for watching. I hope to see you again in another course down the road. But until then, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.